Yeah. Lighting it up right now. We're actually live.
We are?
I just was putting on some intro music because nobody's ever here for the first like 30 seconds anyway. Actually, we have Good Morning America. How are you? Get lefty a little more in there.
So I got I was talking to Doug T. I told him I'd send him a pack of seeds because we're lagging pretty hard on his gift thing. Do you have something that you owe him?
It's a slaps and shit.
Yeah, I owe him. I told him I'd give him a pack of seeds, so we'll get those all out this weekend.
I got a package off to Mike this morning.
Oh yeah.
And he took care of small tubes to get them off my ass. Mike did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Because I was like, dude, you can put them on my ass. We're coming, guys. We're coming.
Well, we could also get, like I said, I think, Did he pay for something?
Yeah, you got some jars.
That's what it was. Did you ever send him those?
Yeah.
You did?
He's all square.
Huh?
He's all square. Good morning, gentlemen. Ladies. Number one viewer.
All right.
Good morning, America. How are you?
One more than nothing.
Let's see. I shot the link out in Discord, so y'all should have it now. All tubes is there. Why is streamer mode enabled? Weird. Yeah. Oh, Mike Aloha. What's up, brother? I'm gonna move that over a little or something. So you can see it. Can you see chat better there on this screen? I figured it would free up some resources. And
oh yeah,
also,
I can take care of chat.
Well, no, just so you can see it, because I know you're always like peering over my shoulder.
Yeah,
and you always
blind.
I know you like big screens.
Oh no, my eyes do. Oh.
So we're back for another installment, even though we missed last week, or I missed last week. I'm sure Lefty was here doing business, handling shit.
Probably. So there's a good
Monday.
chance of that.
Oh yeah, last Monday was after you came back from your vacation.
Yeah, I was
It
here.
was the day after Manly Man.
Yeah, that was the. Is that Chop? No, that was Friday. That was Friday. You see those Spartan pictures? I mean, the picture I put online. What's that? Oh, is that all you have left?
That's apple sherbet, man.
Oh, is it? Hell yeah, dude.
Dried a little out prematurely. So we could taste test. I don't know if you're interested in taste testing at all.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you over there scouring the freaking dab rig. Lefty's over here doing his cleaning on the dab rig so that he can take a pristine hit while I roll up a little pinner.
Pretty gross.
A little pinner greens uncured sample of some of our last
Hey,
Harvey.
that's the best way to go, man.
Last Harvey, first Harvey.
Can you bring back my torch?
Harvey the rabbit. I don't have my little one with me, do I? Oh, a little one somewhere.
Yeah,
I put out the link in Discord. Hopefully somebody will be joining us soon. We got a couple of viewers there in chat. Oh, this is going to be the pinneriest pinner. And I think I found a little immature seed in one of these. Fucking thanks, Conrado.
Really? One of those. Well, it had balls.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm not even.
That's why I was like, thanks, Conrado.
Yeah, I'm not
Thanks, Obama.
I ain't even ashamed to say it, man. They had balls. Bad. I had to call 50% of those plants. Actually, more than 50%. 60% of the plant.
And still.
It still had balls. Yeah. I knew that some of them would, but I'm like, I just can't afford to lose the entire crop over it. So I just pulled the balls where I could, and then the ones that were just ballsy had to go.
I didn't put a crutch on it because it's the tiniest taster pinner, but I'll give you a little sample. We'll roll an actual joint later, but like, oh.
So wet.
I'm just, huh?
It's so wet. Tastes good though.
Smoking damn. That's how we do.
It's good.
When the harvest is
Didn't
dry.
taste bad.
Oh,
We have a. I can roll. You can roll real good too if you want.
Oh yeah, I freaking got like no sleep last night. So if I'm a little,
Why'd you get no sleep last night?
I just couldn't sleep.
I
Don't know why. I was up to like 3:30 and back up at 6:30. So.
You know what I do when I do that? I get in my car and come here. I've done that like 3 times in the last like month, just because I can't sleep. So I just fucking come over here and clean or do something.
You're like a
straight mess style.
you're like a 30-minute jaunt. It's
oh yeah, no, I know.
50 for me.
I know.
I would if I could. I need to start a project like that up fucking pet. No, I got plenty. That's the thing. So as all y'all is watching the show now, I'm letting Lefty in on this because we've all been fucking crazy busy. As you've noticed, the title of this show is One Day at a Time. For some reason, the entire community has been in this freaking realm lately where everything's kind of like up in the fucking air and changing and transitive. Huh? Wait. Kicked? Is that how that played out?
I don't know, but what else do you think happened? He just like, oh, I think I'm going to go do my own thing. See you later. No, he would have said it on there. Hey, at least I would say I'm making this all up. But at least
theory crafting with Lefty.
Oh, yeah. My thought is anybody that's in a business like that, like let's just say all of a sudden I said, Peter, don't come back. What would you do? Would you go online and be like, all right, we're no longer, man, I decided to go on my own. You basically, all right, doinks, I'm out. You know, kind of like he did.
Dude, come on. Y'all know me. I would just go dark.
Well, that's kind of what
for like a month.
That's kind of what Ninja did.
And then I would pop the fuck back up out of nowhere. Yeah.
That's kind of what Ninja did. It was like, where did everybody go? And all of a sudden, oh, by the way, Ninja's out. We're like, what the fuck?
But not just him. Everybody's been kind of odd. I mean, yes, Ninja being out of Timo G is a big fucking.
Well, that was just the one thing. Yeah.
What's up, Boz Brown? What's up with the cannabis channel? Yeah. Well, okay.
Which one, ours or in general?
What up, Duber? I mean, what up, Small Tubes? Saying, what up, Duber?
What's up, Small Tubes?
Yeah. So everything's kind of been one day at a time. We've had issues in our own thing with a lot of the. More content. Yes. This is another thing. I haven't been filming regular content because I do not have a personal grow of my own really at the moment, sort of.
We want more content? We can do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can get there, but we've all been kind of fucking busy too, besides.
But California's also gotten there's been a lot of changes going on here lately, lots. Like, just yesterday or the day before, there was a new law that was passed that now everything has to be packaged, and things are just changing so rapidly here. Hard to stay up on things, and so
kind of interesting to see where it's gonna land. Can't even smoke that toothpick, can you?
I'm
you ever watch Cheech and Chong? You know, where fucking like Cheech reaches in his pocket looking for a joint, and fucking Chong's like, "What is this, man? A toothpick?"
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's my dick. Oh, is that why you wanted the torch to like clean the hell out of that thing?
Mm-hmm.
You were just gonna murder it. Mm-hmm. You took the propane one with you to Manly Man.
I did. Some fucking
it never came back.
Well, I never used it either. I used I got a little Newport, like the Newport butane. They make lighters. So I mean, like a gun. You've seen it, the black one that I bring around here. Seen it? I may not have.
We have a couple of torches in the freaking car hole too.
Car hole?
You call it a garage?
Who the fuck calls it a car hole?
La-di-da, Mr. Frenchman.
Who the fuck calls it a car hole?
Moses, like.
Put that in chat. Small Tubes, Boz. Do you guys call it a fucking
car hole? Car hole. You put it in your car hole.
The garage. Garage.
La-di-da, you freaking Frenchman. It's a Simpsons reference.
I am actually like 60% French. That's not true. That's not true. It's closer to 40. I take it back.
You're not dark. You're not dark enough to be 60% French.
You should see my dad. You should see my grandpa. You'd think he was black. I swear to God. I'm not even kidding. My grandpa literally looks like. Do you know?
My oldest daughter loves being pale. She's super goth, but she's like 60% French. So like
she goes out in the sun and it's
yeah, she's olive, just like instant. Like so she has to like stay out.
My brother. I get pink.
And speaking of which, yeah, there's Bantia. She knows what's up.
Morning. Darkness.
Garbage or garage? No. We say car hole. Ain't that right? Ms. Duber knows what's up. Calling it a garage.
Garbage. Yeah, that's what
Friggin' Lefty's over here
Garage.
calling it a garage. Well, la-di-da.
Darkness is spreading. What the fuck?
Darkness is spreading.
I'm afraid to ask what darkness is.
I'm not the hero you need, but I'm the hero you deserve.
Ready to take a dab, boys and girls?
Yeah, but that KOP still. Damn, dude, you killed that slab. I gotta fucking make you some more shatter, homie.
Ready for a dab?
Jesus. Be over here.
Just kidding.
Slab dabbing. Now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Gravity! Come on, Newton!
What have you done?
Come on, Newton! Oh, dear.
Oh, dude, gonna make me some shatter, too.
We make shatter. Believe me. What is it? I was going to say. You know, $700 an ounce or whatever, $8,000. How much do you sell an ounce of this stuff for? Or how much do I buy it from you for?
You're confusing the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Well, we can talk about like what wholesale prices are on the friggin' what we were offered from like a distributor.
Car hole. Dab time. Make me some shatter.
Oh, he got a couple of the Gen 1 carts from Mike.
Ah, they were okay, nice and thick.
You gotta
hard to
warm
work
them
with.
up a little bit. Like
Yeah.
let them sit somewhere warm, or warm them up with a lighter. The Gen 1 carts, I didn't add enough of the. I was trying to stay pure, and I didn't add enough of the wax liquidizer agent that you use. I'm really not a fan of like all this shit in the carts, man, and it's weird. And I don't think.
That's what you got to do. Like even like the ones that I've had that are really really high end are just pure. They're just pure. You know, in other words, they go do distillate and they take a fucking ml of distillate and they stick it in the cart and it's it. Like that smoked honey.
Yeah, but
never had anything like that before in my life.
But if it's just straight distillate, why doesn't it taste like butt? They have to add terps or something.
No, but it is, but it's not. I shouldn't say it's just distillate. It's just
THCA distillate.
Well, no, I mean, because I think that they go in, they refine theirs down to like a, you know when you basically can blast it and then put it in and put it with alcohol, winterize it. Winterization will still have terps, but it won't have a lot. It tasted good, but it doesn't taste like
terpy.
It doesn't taste all weird and terpy, but it fucks you up. Like you could take a dab of that, and it was equivalent of taking like 2 dabs of this. One of just that smoked honey pan. I was getting fucked up off of it. You see what I'm talking about? On my YouTube channel. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Have a pen?
Well, my brother did. My brother. It's $65 a pin though. That's the thing is, I'd rather buy shatter because fuck, I'd go buy 2 grams of shatter for that.
Yeah, what a while ago.
Super high end stuff.
Ms. Duber likes the old Gen 1 carts. She's a fan. Even though I did have some issues with those.
There's no terps to it. Or not really, I shouldn't say there's no terps to it, but it was tasty, but it fucked me up. Just like that. I know it looks like your standard that company's called Smoked Honey. If you can try it and find it. I haven't had shit like that yet. It was like the original brass knuckles before they got all little. Just stop telling you fucking ruthless.
Well, that's interesting. I was going to look up their like methodology, but you're saying it's distillate and probably some really good cannabis derived terps.
Oh yeah.
Does it show them making them?
This
Oh,
is
that's a filling machine.
Yeah, that's the machine. They obviously are pretty high end stuff. Yeah.
Holy crap! Ropes of distillate.
It's just that's what I'm saying is they just put just that in there. They may add a little cutter to liquidize it, but it's so pure tasting. It just tastes literally like cannabis oil.
If they were putting just that in there, then it wouldn't. Is there a bubble in it?
Yeah.
Does it move?
Yeah, barely. It does. I'll show you. You can see it. I mean, you can see like right there, isn't it? Oh no, it's not a good.
Bye,
one.
honey.
Bye.
So, if you're interested in something like that, I did talk with a friend of mine. Yeah. Did talk with a friend of mine yesterday who has a short path. Ooh. Fuck around.
Vape is just distillate without terp. It's great. Yeah, small too. That's what I'm talking about. I think it did have a little because it was gassy. It was like OG-ish, if you will. It had that gassy terp to it, finish, but everything it was so pure tasting. It didn't have like a waxy taste to it or a. When you smoke something, you can just tell. It feels like I could just tell it was pure. It didn't taste like anything outside of just fucking dank ass distillate. Cheers.
Lefty's dabbing, but we're not backlit, so everything looks dark.
It's all good.
We're in the dark, man.
A lot of this stuff is so concentrated. Like if you pulled it out, it would be like it's like bright yellowy yellow. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Why are you're just like pulling a chunk off, pulling
Sure how I.
Yeah, the THCA small tubes, like Lefty you're saying here. The THCA distillates. Yeah. Oh wow. No. It was better before with the dark couch behind it.
Dark couch. See, what I'm saying is it's nice and gold. It's so concentrated and thick. I mean, this is literally. That's probably like 5-6 grams. Even though it looks small, it's really, really thick.
Well, throw it. That's is that a 3x sheet?
But you can see, like when you put it up real close. Look at it. When you put it up real close to the.
Oh yeah, it's clear.
And it's clear. It's just as I'm saying.
Well, it's a
thick.
little more than 3x, but it's missing the corner, so that's probably about accurate. I'd say that's closer to 3, not 5.
Is it? Another dab. Take that. Take a big one.
Oh Jesus! Lucky you, crazy. You over here taking freaking 0.2 dabs and shit. I am not in for that. Okay, you got Tootsie Roll on the end of that thing. That's definitely larger than I would ever attempt. Is that on the small end? Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus, is that on the small end or the spade end? I thought it was on the spade end for a minute. Correct. What up, OMC triplets?
I want some of those edibles again, dude. I want to get all giggly and funny and goofy.
Got some in the car. Oh, so I gave one to my ex-wife for her birthday. Right? And it was Saturday. She remembered she wanted to get some smoke, but look, she couldn't get some smoke until Sunday. And I was like, well, I got an edible I'll bring you. You can try this. It'll make you so you don't even want to smoke. And she's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. So normally I'd say start with half, but like, you're a big girl, so go ahead, have a whole one. She'd been drinking already. It was like, 3 in the afternoon or whatever, and she'd already been having a few drinks, hanging out. It was a birthday party Saturday. They were having a pool party with her and a bunch of friends. And I swung by and dropped one on her and a friend, a couple other people over there, right? And they were all, one of them's the guy with the short path. And he's a big boy too. So I was like, oh, cool. And, his old lady, I was like, pass around. Fucking birthday party. That was, like I said, 3:30 or so. By 7 o'clock, party was over. No more birthday party. Everybody got my ex-wife had to get her mom to drive her home. She's like, I don't feel comfortable driving. Come pick me up. She left her car at her friend's house when she was having a pool party at. Everybody else at the party was just like, they said they were like laughing their asses off. The couple of straight people that didn't have the edibles that were there were just laughing their freaking asses off. Fucking sweating. And the Cottonmouth comes in waves.
Cottonmouth's ruthless on that stuff.
Those edibles are like, you just feel like you've been sucking on a freaking big old wad of freaking paper towels or something. Are you gonna hug the fan? I think it's just the dab.
Oh, it is. Oh, right before the
I'm good.
I'm
wearing my fur hat and I'm fine. This is the time of year when the beard and hair kind of gets ruthless. And you're like, oh my god. I gotta freaking tough it out. I'm going for the year. We're at 7 months now.
Really?
7 months. I trimmed it a little today because, like, for some strange reason, the left-hand side was like getting a little longer than the right-hand side. I think it's because I twiddle it with my left.
Are you left-handed?
No, right-handed. But this is like the hand that I would absently
like nervous twitch
tug on my beard with. Is not my dominant hand. I'll be like doing something, writing or typing, working on a computer, and I'll be sitting there thinking and like pulling on this side of my beard. So yeah, I noticed I had kind of tugged this corner longer than the other, and I had to pair things off. I got to get it long enough to like braid it out. I hear if you start braiding it, then it freaking grows even longer. That's why the Vikings did it.
Really? Probably because you're pulling on them too.
Yeah. And like the weight.
Oh.
So, yeah. We're going to grow it out. We're going to braid it out for you guys. I braided those little freaking stems I had. Little nugs on the end, little like roses, because I stripped all the bottoms off them right to make that little freaking taste. And then I had these 3 little friggin' stems that we swept up off the floor from our last harvest, and I braided all the stems up together.
Really?
Like a garlic braid, but with bud. You take maybe we do that with some of the lowers. We'll find like a boutique market in it. It'll be like tie sticks. People will be all fucking tripped out about it. I don't know. Would you guys buy like fucking weed braids?
Why weed braids? Like as in
look, why garlic braid?
Like tie sticks kind of a thing?
Yeah.
But like with weed weaved in?
Yeah. You just take the stems and you weave them together, and wherever the like nugs lie, they lie. Maybe like a garlic braid, but you do it with the like lower larvae ones.
So that it's like it's bendable and flexible, so you can just kind of.
Well, you could weave all the like the kind of not the shitty bottom stuff, but the kind of smaller, lower, secondary and tertiary kind of spears that are a little more whip-like and flexible, but they're also a little more sparse with their like internodal spacing.
Like musical type.
So you kind of like weave them together, so you make one stem that's actually 3 stems woven together, but you bring that nodal spacing closer together because you're weaving 3 times as many in.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? So you make one nice like cola out of a woven. I don't know. It's a trip. Brain. I was dude last night. I stayed up till fucking 3:30. Right? My brain's just. So I'm like, I was thinking about extraction and getting away from solvents. What would be the best way? And I'm like, dry sift. Dry sift would be the best. I mean, dry sift is awesome. It's my favorite.
To do what?
Smoked and whatever. That's.
But you said get away from solvents, so go to dry sift, just dry sift in general.
Well, and then maybe rosin press dry sift if you wanted to get like a
gnarly.
Well, you get great returns. Like look at Pedro and his fucking dry ice, fucking dry sift.
Yeah.
So my thought was, have you ever done any prospecting, gold prospecting? They got a machine called a dry sifter.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
dry cradle that you freaking use to, it has a couple of screens that'll eliminate different size, classifies the gravel, and then as it goes down, there's a baffle at the bottom that puffs air through it, so that all the light stuff blows up and the gold settles at the bottom. Check the creases where all the gold dust settles. So I was thinking on a design on a similar thing with a cam that would spin and whack the shelves of the classifier, and you just dump your trim in there once it's bone dry, and just kind of give it a few turns, and it classifies everything down, separates any possible debris, and as it goes down, and then at the bottom level, it's all like nice little tricky stuff. You can even mix it with like dry ice and then toss it in the classifier.
I saw Northwest J doing some dry ice, sipped on this IG stove. I mean, stuck a little bit in there, and huge thick pile of dry
golden, beautiful trichome, beach sand. That's
basically,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that
beach sand.
That beautiful beach sand is where it's at, and I like to take that, and I'd love to like start pressing that, see what we get like yield wise, if it's even worth it. Just some of the.
I think you're gonna go pee in your pants when you blast some of this stuff.
No, I'll know. I mean, it's just like the Java. It'll just be golden, honey, butter, beautiful. It is what it is. It's working with fresh material. I've done it before.
I know, it's just so much better than
old material.
Working with shitty old material. I mean, 12%, 13% THC material. It's just not good.
Or less. I mean, like if it was 13% on the bud, and then we're dealing with trim, a year old and whatever.
That's right.
You got your Starbucks? What'd you get?
Just a big tea, something or other. Old. No, it's coffee. Americano is basically your espresso watered down. This is coffee beans ground and put over
drip.
water. Yeah, drip.
There's a mosquito in my coffee.
Gross.
Just flew away. How's this guy?
You need to get one of those.
Skeeter in the house.
One of those things for the front of the door, like those.
The curtain?
No, those poison
sprayers.
Sprayer. They're like they're like yellow. They're in a white casing. You can just like stick them. You can hook them on something, and they have like a poison in it of something, or a citronella in it of something, and it'll just keep everything away.
I ate you some Osage oranges.
Or whatever. Just something that'll go out the front there and knock those skeeters in the dick. They kind of hang out there
on the front porch in the shady spot where the sun's not.
Skeeters.
Dude, what you think of as skeeters down here has nothing to do. The motherfuckers up where I live will carry you away.
I went to fucking June. That's what it was. I was trying to get on Mammoth, June Lake, and I came back and was fucking eating the shit. I had them all up my leg, all of my arms.
What's your blood type?
No idea. I think A. Wow.
They say that people with positive blood types are more.
Yeah, the guy. That's the guy. So yeah, I had a really cool. So cool. It's a cool story. My brother and I were sitting there.
What up, Big Ed?
Going on, Big Ed. My brother and I were sitting there fishing in June Lake, and of course, I've got my dab rig, not out, but sitting next to me. I put it in a Canon camera case. So I have like a camera case, and
I've seen your little carry.
Yeah, so I carry that around, and it just looks like I'm carrying a camera.
Your camera sits on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm like a dab rig,
and your dab rig rides around your.
I had that, and I had a cooler full of iced tea and water. That's the stoner for you. I don't drink much. I'll drink here and there, but so anyway, long story short, out of nowhere, fucking Fish and Game shows up, just boom, right there. I'm like, hell. And I wasn't fishing because I don't have a fishing license. One, I'm not much of a fisher anyway. My brother is, so I just kind of go down there and hang out with him and read a book and chill and whatnot. But cool story was he came down and he snooped around. He was looking. He asked my brother for his license and all that, and he saw all the weed. And I'm like, he asked. He goes, so where are your beers? You guys catch any fish? And I'm like, we don't drink. I just smoke a bunch of weed. And he goes, oh, okay, right on. So the cool thing is I had a full-on regular conversation with Law. Weed flopped out on the table like it was nothing. It was sitting there, and the weed was sitting there. I mean, it wasn't like that was hidden. It was in the cooler, but I opened up the cooler, offered her a drink. And
you were in a public park.
Public park. Federal park, no doubt.
It was a national park?
It's a national park, and also the campground where I'm staying. I take that back. Where you're fishing is a state park, but where I was camping was a federal park. And he even mentioned that. He was like, you smoking at your campground? I'm like, well, we dab, but he goes, okay, that's a little less stinky, but just be careful, that's a federal campground. You get in trouble for I was like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, the US Forest Service rangers that you have on the national forest are different than the California state fish and game wardens who are like, whatever, we're state, this is California.
Cool. I had a dude with they're basically deputized sheriffs for California, as far as I know. Either that or they're state police. I don't figure out how they know.
Fish and game?
Yeah, the state.
Fish and game or state?
I'm pretty sure state police force. Yeah.
I mean,
it's like highway patrol or something.
Yeah, like that. That's what we were talking about last week. How there is no state police in California. Instead, they've given the districting out to separate things. Like you got the highway patrol or the game wardens.
Yeah.
But there's no like.
It was cool. So I talked with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't really smoke," and blah blah blah. And the fun thing was he made fun of my brother for his setup, his casting setup, and like his fish setup. So he took that, we brought it in, and he set it all up for my brother. he was fishing with the fishing game stuff. We didn't catch anything, but nonetheless, it was
Most game
cool
wardens that I've known are pretty freaking cool.
And I think he was younger than me. He was our age, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get out of California one day and get myself a nice land." Even though he didn't have an accent like that.
He was probably if he was your age then or younger, then like he was probably
our age or maybe a little bit young. Maybe
he was probably a volunteer warden then. The one.
Oh no, he was full fishing game.
Yeah, but they give them trucks, they give them whatever, but they don't make full pay because they only have X amount of actual. Like each place only gets one officer, and then the officer during peak seasons gets to hire a bunch of volunteers at like half rate, and then they get experience working for the state, and it's a stepping stone into another.
He seemed pretty experienced, but I don't know.
Oh, a lot of guys do it for years. I mean, they'll do that for 10 or 15 years and hoping to get a spot at some actual agency.
My brother was telling me that about Cal Fire. I didn't know the difference between Cal Fire and like it's really
well, everything's almost Cal Fire now because like there used to be the California Department of Fire and Forestry.
And there's Forestry Service. There's Cal Fire, and then like there's your local fire.
Yeah.
And Cal Fire is kind of like your sheriffs. They basically will go into any area that doesn't have their city fires. Well. And so, the state will make sure that it uses Cal Fire to go protect areas that are not protected by like a police force, if you will, or a fire.
The new place, the street where I moved in on, actually, the gate that's there goes to a Cal Fire CDC detention camp.
Detention camp. Okay.
It is a fire camp for prisoners, and what they do is they pay these guys like $40 a day.
Go cut line.
Oh, fuck, cut line. They're doing all kinds of active firefighting. I mean, these guys are
that's what I mean.
Wildlands.
Either cut a huge fucking...
Well, no, they'll go in active response teams and like these guys aren't
like in those green trucks.
They're the red ones, and they'll say like Oak Glen or Pinion Pines or whatever. You probably see them
that's
around.
Cal Fire. Yeah.
They're also
keep forgetting Cal Fire has their own red trucks.
Cal Fire in coordination with California Department of Corrections, and so they'll have a guard and like 9 guys on a truck. And they go out to fires all over the freaking place, and it's cool because they actually have a real rehabilitation for these prisoners. They're all, and a lot of them are mainly like drug prisoners.
Oh wow!
Because they have to be nonviolent. They have to be serving more than 3 years, but less than 10. Well, there's certain. Well, they don't want guys that are going to like try and escape because they're short timing. You know what I mean? They want to make sure they have the right, and there's a rigorous program to like get vetted to get on these squads. Then they actually get paid like $40 a day.
That's awesome.
When they're active fighting, and when they're not, they have like a wood shop and all kinds of stuff. Their prison camp is like the only place that's fenced is the barracks. The rest of it's wide fucking open. They get visits out in this beautiful picnic area under the fucking trees, and they manicure their own freaking lawns and stuff, and they get to keep it up real nice. They have a baseball diamond they built, and I mean, it's nice, dude. About 120 guys up there. They're all felons, and they're all doing state time. But they they come through and do projects cleaning up the sides of the roads and stuff. Dude, every time I see those motherfuckers out rolling the roads, dude, I like throw out fucking cigarettes or joints or whatever. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Shoot it. We should go find those guys and go.
So, what's good today, bro?
Your joints on them. What's up, bro?
Are you unmuted?
How you doing, guys? I am unmuted. I'm talking to my oldest daughter. She's sitting here hanging out with me. She's
sorry.
She's completely enthralled that we're on YouTube Live. But yeah, we're good, dude. Guess what? Have you guys been in Discord? Have you been in Discord this morning?
I've not been in Discord this morning. In like a week.
Well, guess what, guys? My grandson was born at 8:30 this morning. Liam Jeffrey Jones.
Nice,
6 pounds, 12 ounces, 19 inches long.
Damn. What's going on? That's a big sucker.
Dude, I'm stoked. I got to hold him already. Oh my God, he's gorgeous.
Wow. Congrats.
It's been a great day. Thanks, man.
Is that your son or your daughter's kid?
My daughter. My middle daughter, Brittany.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Very cool. Congrats, brother, man. I know what that's all about. I did that about a year and a half ago.
Oh, dude. So how's how's everything going for you and your wife? How's your wife doing, brother?
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Is this like gays in the military?
It's so bad, man.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, wife's good, man. She's just, I have a 19-month-old kid and a wife with a broken foot.
Yeah.
Just think about it. I had 2 jobs. I would have shoot myself, to be honest with you. But it's been good.
So how did you get free today?
He ran away.
I mean, I'm good most days. Right now, we put him in daycare for the next couple months, just because I have to go to work. I got to get things done. As you've seen, it's been hard for me just to even show up for an hour or so, but we're doing it slowly.
Hey, I'm glad that I can hang out with you guys today. You know, it's been a minute, so yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually kind of a little bit of a mellower day today. But
Shooting on that, I've been thinking of doing these in Discord, recording, and then publishing them later. We wouldn't lose we'd lose the live on YouTube, but we drive the live to Discord. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel about that, Prentice?
I feel awesome about it. I have no problem with that at all.
I think it would be better to kind of like just get everybody on voice chat and Discord, where they can cruise in and cruise out. We can do it for as long or as little as we want. Record the whole damn thing.
Did you just say schlong?
Schlong.
As long as we
as schlong or as schlong as we like.
Pretty sure he said wiener.
Yeah, she can't chase him. That's all you got to do is go out the door. Let these free. That's what Mike says in chat. He says she can't hobble after him.
So break your wife's foot. No, it's been the hardest.
You got to let her do it on her own. Otherwise, there will be some criminal charges.
It's been really tough, man. I mean, as far as I'm not equipped mentally to take care of a kid. I can get him to school and stuff. But I'm a business person. I don't
into that, man. I, for the first time in my fucking adult life, am childless.
That's fucking insane. Yeah.
What? How do you not have any kids? Oh, that's right. You sent all your
he's
kids
already
away
got
to
them all
camp.
up and out, dog, for the most part. One's left.
One graduated with a boyfriend last month.
Oh,
Done.
shit.
He's out the house.
Done.
They got a place, and I'm like, whatever. You can come back and find a spot if you need to later, but like, have fun.
No,
grow up.
Don't
get
come
the fuck
back.
on. No, we love her.
Please don't come back. No,
She did good and whatever. She'll be all right. And you know, my middle daughter's been living with her mom for a couple of years now. I don't need to have her daily, but you know, I still like pick her up from school every day when school's in session and make time to see her once or twice a week when I get a chance. My youngest is with grandma all pretty much fucking summer. I just realized they left yesterday for Carlsbad, right? And apparently there was some kind of limit to how many people could go. So my stepmother's not going, and it's just going to be my mom, my son, and my daughter, and my grandmother. And I go, Mom, for real?
Wait.
You just had a heart attack and a stroke. You're taking your 100-year-old mother and the kids, and you're the only one who can drive. So if you got a problem, call me. I will come fucking pick up the kids. If they're being a pain in the ass, you can't handle them, whatever. Shit, I gave her an edible. I told her only eat half, though. She ain't gonna be able to watch the kids. She gonna call me all fucked up.
You should get a camera crew and just follow your family around with all that. Like,
oh no, it's not my family that we gotta follow with a camera crew. There's this dude that was my uncle's best friend, and my uncle passed away a few years back. But there was this dude that he lives up there. His name is Jerry Brown. We call him the governor.
The governor.
Well, yeah, dude. And this guy is some fucking next level shit. We have got video. I got to talk to my freaking homeboy Garrett and get a copy of that again. I'm sure he still has it on his iCloud somewhere. We got video of this guy. A hawk was hitting the road, right? So there was this dead hawk. So Jerry Brown freaking finds this dead hawk in the road, picks up its carcass, and proceeds to do an Indian war cry dance with the hawk wings, and it was spooky good. I mean, it was like, wow, dude, like straight out of Dances with Wolves style shit. You're like, what the fuck, man? Jerry Brown, you are one weird customer. Anybody like Bloody Marys? Jerry Brown makes his own Bloody Marys, except he doesn't call them Bloody Marys. He mixes vodka and albondigas. You know what albondigas is, right? So he takes albondigas with the meatballs, pours vodka in. He calls it Scary Jerry's Abundigas juice, because he doesn't say albondigas. He's a hillbilly, and he says abundigas.
Abundigas.
He said, "Hey man, you gotta try some of this abundigas juice." And honestly, it's pretty good stuff. I mean, not lying. Jerry Brown knows his business. But yeah, dude, you followed that guy around. Now he's a habitual drunk, kind of a fucking like town drunk, but like he's also a genius when it comes to like anything mechanical. He can like take apart and rebuild almost anything. He's a master mason. He fucking laid all the like, you know, those roundabouts in Yucaipa that you've probably seen coming through town.
Yep.
Fucking sculptures in them and shit.
Like first through like California.
He built the stone on those. And then bitch, the city only paid him fucking like $16,000 to do it. He's like, I should have done it. I should have paid me more. I fucking, you know, sure, you bid it. Like they paid you what you asked for, like
That's
bitch
typical.
later. But that's true. And he'll work for like 6 months, and then he'll just not work for like 6 months. He'll go make some money for like 6 months, and then he'll just fucking like, he lives in a shack in the back canyon on a fucking propane stove with no fucking power. Call it the stabbing cabin. That fancy corn.
I was trying to figure out what you meant by that, dude. Fancy corn.
I think that's Vader. Rolled that out of his butt of your yard. And that one has a crutch. You can actually smoke on it. Mike wants some fancy corn? Corn liquor?
Oh, boy. Ooh, nothing like a dab.
I have a feeling we're gonna like
smoke after that.
we're gonna like lose connection here in a minute, and Apprentice is gonna have to hold down the show. It's about that time. Oh, and I looked it up what the issue with the internet disconnecting all the time was. And you know what they recommend? Checking out your DHCP lease time. Many of them are set to expire. It's the amount of time that your computer has to be connected to the server before it like resets its IP and changes connections.
Oh,
I was like, you know what? If it's that common, because I've heard it from other people too, I'm like, this has got to be something we can do something about. Oh. Have you heard from Ghost lately?
Yeah.
Damn it. Which one has got,
yeah.
who's got Discord?
Well, I mean, he texted me a little ways back, so yeah, I have heard from him. Not like we haven't gotten into major detail. Talk really.
So I got to make a new rank. Because everybody found out about Ents. Apparently it started a big thing. Now all y'all demanded to be Ents. So Ents ye are. So now I got to find something else for y'all to fight about. Otherwise, Apprentice and Mike will get bored and wander off. We got to be busy. That's why I love the two of them, dude. Because like somebody's like, "Oh man, forget." They get mad, and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's all in good fun, and it's a good kind of thing." Like I like the dynamic.
It's healthy competition.
I like the dynamic that Mike brings to things. He's very much the protagonist, you know, antagonist. They're over here talking in chat too, and I tabbed off of it. What did you do? Oh, good. Oh, corn with the mayo and spice.
that
You ain't getting no fucking elote out there. You need, you know what you need? You need Mexicans. You know what y'all need? Y'all need some Mexicans.
Riskier business. Yeah, I'm trying, dude. This is my V-neck. We got hookers over there.
You take my thumb.
Thinking about it. Just trying to get it from you. And a little extra touchy there, but a little extra touchy.
I just realized that this Deadpool behind me, we can't see any of it. I just have my face where his crotch is.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just cocking out on him all fucking day, dude. Oh,
So yeah, you guys can't see it real well. Behind me here is I got this freaking awesome Deadpool.
Are we live?
Oh no. Let's see.
Hello.
Reload chat and see if chat can hear us.
Chat.
Able to connect to chat.
Get it.
Are we back? Is Apprentice here? Hello, Mike. Can you hear me? Hello, Mike.
Yep.
Can you feel me?
Doobie. Comes in with the yep.
We're back.
Comes in strong with the yep.
Hopefully, Apprentice held that down long enough for this not to like mysteriously die 5 minutes from now, which occasionally happens. And if that happens, then we have to restart a whole new stream. So I don't know what the hell. I'm working on the internet issues here after the show. I'm not trying to do it in the middle of the show.
Internet issues.
Welcome to California, where 10% of the nation lives and uses the internet more than anywhere else.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Better off to be in, Iowa or something, and you get some fire ass fiber connection. Kansas, isn't that where they have the freaking like all the Google plans, where you can get like Google fiber?
I have no idea. I didn't even know there was Google Fiber.
Really?
No, I didn't actually. It's funny because I wouldn't say I try to follow that stuff, but I kind of try to follow that stuff.
Like years ago.
Really? Google like fiber optics now? Like Verizon did and all that?
Yeah, there's Google Fiber. It's only in select markets. I'm sure I could make a
Select markets.
I think it was like Kansas when they started it. Something like that. It sucks, man. There's a big conspiracy about it. I don't know if any of y'all follow conspiracies and all. I do. But, so remember when TV went digital? They got rid of the old analog click-clack channels. Like old TVs don't work no more. You have to have digital converter box.
Bring everybody into the future. And
Yeah,
the next one. And the
Well, you
next
know what
one.
they did with all those bandwidths?
Yeah.
They sold them to Verizon.
Oh.
Verizon's using them for their new 5G technology. They're going to be carried on TV band waves, the old school ones, and they say they're going to be able to, deliver more throughput and two-way. They're going to be using them in both directions, but mainly it's going to be like an upload download. So what they're going to do is you're going to be able to get all of your downstream stuff from the airwaves. Upstream goes the other way.
Maybe just put a link in from Discord.
Yes, probably to get everybody to join us in Discord, which is always a good advice. Always a good advice. Oh, I better let the dog in before the neighbor dogs go insane. He won't bark at them, but they go nuts. Thanks, baby. He's the goodest dog.
Like I'm just trying to not get thrown back in the pound.
Well, Lefty said when the stream crashed, it was a good time for bathroom break because I figured the dog might be in the need of a bathroom break too. Probably thirsty. You want to tell them a story while I find him some water?
Sure. Well, what would you guys like to know?
Oh, I like to read those.
Oh yeah, well those are in the garage. I was gonna use them yesterday, but then I realized I had enough of the plastic reusable ones. Let's see here. What can we talk about today? There's a lot out there. Doobie, what's new? What projectos are you working on, my man?
How's Doobie enjoying legal life?
Yeah, I'd say how's legal life, man?
How was Canada there?
Up there in Mardoober in the morning.
You get some Doobie juice while I talk with 104 degrees. Seriously, Doobie?
What the what?
Yep. There is no global warming. Let's talk more conspiracies.
Wait.
It's 104 degrees in Ontario, and I'm not talking about Ontario, California.
That's like living in Ontario, California, except that it doesn't get to like -30 in Ontario, California.
Yeah.
It does in Ontario.
Rio.
Fucking ass, shit ass. Fuck, excuse me, but
Yep.
that's insane. No,
You
no,
haven't
no,
seen
no,
that
no.
heat wave pushing across? There's all over the news. I thought you said you watched the news.
I do. I didn't know
that, like massive heat wave. They're talking like
that's my bad. I didn't even really think about it. Well, I'm American centric here. Come on, I don't think Canadian. 200
million Americans.
Wow, I heard that.
We're going to be over 90 degrees. Did you not see the big old lump that went through the middle of our Midwest up into the northern? Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was hot like 2 weeks ago. It was like 104 here. It was dumb hot.
It was 72 on my way here this morning.
I know, it was so nice.
Southern California really does have it easy. If you ever want to
wonder why but it's dumb expensive, believe me.
If you ever want to wonder why it costs fucking $1 million to live here.
But living in a
hey, at least it's not New York or
well,
San Francisco.
But it could be. But New York's just as bad. You got 1-bedroom apartment in New York City is like $3,000.
I actually saw a comparison. Frisco's the most expensive. New York was actually pretty far down on the list. I subscribe to this wonderful Reddit called r/data is beautiful, and they make all kinds of interesting infographic maps and charts and things like that. Neat stuff. Oh, pull my sock up over my terrible fucking burn. Dude, it got me like a cat, dude. It looks like a cat scratch.
You can have your spot back. It's your fucking stream. Okay.
I don't care where we sit. 104 and 73% humidity. God, it must feel like ass out there.
How do you even
Thank God for the 73% humidity is how you fucking grow in that environment.
Right.
I bet you the fucking, 104 is a little rocking, and I'm sure a little shade cloth would be nice about now. But thank God for that 70% humidity. That'll keep your goddamn plants from keeling over. Got any of them outdoors? Oh. It had a crutch on it. Did you get a piece?
No.
Oh, let's caught a piece.
All right.
Yeah.
So, in new news, Doobie's going to have to kind of coach us along here, but it sounds like Canada going to be the first country to flat out legalize it. I mean, is there another one?
No.
It's not legal there, though. It's like decriminalized. They're going to be the first one that, like, on their books where it says we legalized it.
There was somewhere else then, because there is somewhere else.
I mean, because like Portugal, as an example, it doesn't legalize it; they decriminalize
Spain.
Well, it might be like what's it called? Is trying to break away. Basque region, not Basque, but Long region. Barcelona.
Countries with legal weed.
We will be the third.
Uruguay.
Uruguay. That's right. Chris, my brother, told me that. Oh shit, that. Uruguay. They got beat. By the way, Mexico went down today.
Oh, they'll be the third.
So there's no more Americans left. Well, I guess there's the Brazil or South American. So we got to root for them now.
What?
I don't know.
What are we rooting for?
It's the World Cup.
Football?
Yeah, it's the World Cup. Well, yeah. Football, what most of the world calls football, yes. He'll be the third. So who's the other one, dude? So Uruguay. Is there another country out there that legalized weed?
Spain, essentially.
Well, either they did or they didn't.
Well, there's a map on Wikipedia, and it's not quite if they did or they didn't. It says legal or essentially legal.
Some bits.
So
I wonder if maybe
apparently
South Africa.
Essentially legal, like South Africa, or it looks like Myanmar. I mean, there's a couple of them there.
Wait, go back up to it.
Look at it a little closer, but to me that looks
Is
like
that
South Africa,
Spain. That's
Uruguay.
I'm sorry, and that's
Peru.
Ecuador.
That's Peru. That's Ecuador up there.
That's why I said Ecuador.
Up at top, that's
the blue one right there. That's right there. I'm pretty sure that's Ecuador. To the right of it would be Colombia. Down below it would be, I believe it's Peru.
I thought it was Venezuela.
Yeah, you're probably right. God,
Ecuador's the little
I need
one.
to see like the
little one below.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Venezuela, Colombia.
Sorry, yeah.
Venezuela, Let's go over that. Venezuela,
Yeah.
Uruguay, some parts of the United
That's
States.
Chile on that side.
Chile, Spain. Was that Amsterdam?
I'm assuming you have the
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Well, what's that little dot there in northeastern Europe? Yeah, that's probably the Netherlands. South Africa. It looks like
What is that?
Sri Lanka. Probably Myanmar or parts of
I
Myanmar.
don't even know what
Wow.
that is. Those are always changing over
Laos.
there. It's tough.
Laos, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so a couple of spots in Southeast Asia. Probably Thailand.
Nah, Thailand's the one that kind of like droops down.
Well, we can look here and see. Let's see what are the ones that are. What's the ones that are green? Are you reloading chat?
No.
Oh. Are we looking up the same thing? We're both Googling the same thing. We're going to Google up all the countries. So yeah, apparently there's some other countries where it's essentially legal.
I hate ads. Oh wait.
That's not an ad. That's just toxins from that website. Oh, didn't North Korea?
Alaska. It's Argentina.
That's what I said.
The thing all the way to the left is Chile, not Argentina. Chile's on the right side.
It's their own.
Maybe they will
sour
have Chile.
transport.
What did they say?
Australia's decrim.
Overseers each their own
And
play.
we're losing all of our viewers.
You don't want to get caught.
As we research things. That's right. It happens.
Our viewer are 2. How much do we have? 3?
We had like 7.
What the
Now
what?
there's 2. And then there was none.
Why are you leaving?
That's all right.
I don't care. Shit. Thumbs down. Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Unsubscribe.
Uh,
One left.
Bell Young. As they go,
So you lost chat. Like we may be disconnected or something again.
Did I do that?
No. Well, I don't know. We're not watching chat though because you're researching on Lappy.
Oh, what oh shit.
What did you do to chat?
I don't know.
Chat was popped out. We are the first of the G7. Yeah, he gave you a link too while you were.
That's what I was on.
Oh! It was Doobie's link gave you cancer. Oh, that's great.
Oh, the viewers are coming back.
They're coming back.
Sorry, guys.
We got down to 1 there for a minute, but somebody apparently said, yeah. So Doobie says that Canada's the first. So they're the first of the like major industrialized nations to like.
Isn't it the G8
across the board? Are you giving him a hard time?
No.
We don't want to go there.
Oh no!
The
G8 used to have Russia.
I bought a Trump head.
Stupid.
I gave it to my brother. They got him at 7-Eleven. They got
Trump's
one.
head?
Yeah. It's like a stylized head. It's like a stress toy.
Oh yeah.
And it squishes out, contorts his face, all kinds of weird ways.
It's actually pretty. You get real mad, you can beat the shit out of it.
G6.
Maybe
yeah.
the G.
I got my G6. G6.
No.
Yeah. Eventually.
I'll be honest with you. I agree with Obama on that. You invade a country, you're out. Sorry. That's what I agree with Trump on. But and we'll leave it at that. And
I was reading a really interesting article yesterday about the ties of American corporations to Nazi Germany. Like
look up like Volkswagen and Audi.
Well, no.
That'll spook you out.
Look up like Ford and GM.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Ford, especially Ford's like
Opel?
interconnected. Yeah, that's funny. They bought up a lot of stuff in that area.
And then they got through this act of Congress. They got to declare that a total write-off because they lost Opel in the war, though they still maintained control of it financially. But then got to like use it as a huge tax write-off. So like there was some real profiteering done by a lot of American countries using that slave labor from those concentration camps, which is kind of like where we could end up again if we're not careful with our immigration policies.
Purchased a bunch of companies that were
I guarantee you, give it time, and fucking Trump will figure out that all these fucking detained immigrants could be put to work building that wall. And when he remember he said like he'd get Mexico to build the wall, nobody thought this was how it was going to go down.
That's horrible.
I'm telling you.
I don't think we're.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I don't think we're able to kick someone out by ourselves. I think everybody has to agree to it. As far as bringing Russia, I think that's what they did.
Unless you're the like, yeah. Total control.
Who wants total
only
control?
court, man?
Oh, I know. Well, someone was saying, and I don't know if they were like in Canada, there's only going to be like 4 or 5 strains available, or strains that are only strain specific that are licensed by the government. And if you don't have those, that means you, I guess, didn't pay tax on it one way or another. I'm not sure if I have that right, but I was kind of like,
I believe there is a control in effect that will regulate the genetics. Maybe can confirm or deny on this. But yes, that there are certain genetics, and I believe it is a pretty limited list that they're rolling out with. But give them time, they'll. And there's always going to be gray areas, people that just deal outside the law. This is the thing when you're dealing with something that's been prohibited for so long, and you're just bringing it back. Look at what happened, when they prohibited alcohol and temperance movement, and everybody got all freaking psyched out on that, and then it went underground. And when it came back, it was the freaking bootleggers that took control. How many freaking breweries and distilleries were founded at the end of Prohibition that claim that they trace their roots back to a little before Prohibition, but what they really were doing was illegally bootlegging, and then all of a sudden, these gangsters became, alcohol barons. Anheuser-Busch, man.
God, there's so many of them. Well, I think that you could go down the line of anything like steel, oil,
of course,
beer, what's it called? You name it. The liquor out there, seed sales. Every single industry has a evildoer. You name it. You name the industry, there's an evildoer. And it's usually the guy that's on top, there's even evildoer to the right and left.
Well, it all kind of depends on your definition.
If you're that like conservative wacko, you're like George Soros taking over the world. If you're the left wacko guy, you're like the Nazis are going to come back and shoot and kill everybody.
Oh no, they
I'm
never
saying
left.
there's always they're still here.
They came here.
Exactly. They're gonna kill everybody.
They're in Brazil. When they get soccer.
In Brazil and Argentina, and I think some came to Anaheim, California. There was proof of it. Anyway, but you can find your villain on any side. My thing is don't trust anybody, and start your own business if you can. I know not everybody can, but big growers have stockpiles and freezers for when it starts. Makes sense. I know here it's interesting. We're having like a green rush or whatever they're calling it, because everything that's considered 215 or medically grown that was in dispensaries has to be packaged and sold by the first of this month. So it's you can no longer buy it.
No 215.
So everything is now
has to be Prop 64
legal,
licensed or
not. And the cool thing about it is I think the state is making it a little bit easier, so people are being able to transition. And we'll be there. Sure.
It's nice.
You still have about 6 to 7 months to get your act together as far as
it's nice that they're
getting the license.
Forcing the municipalities to figure it out, or they'll just figure it out for them.
Right.
Well,
it's the hardest part. It's like you want to go to a building and lease something to start your business, and all of a sudden the city's like, no, but the state's like, sure. And you're like,
they're really getting to the point now where if you got your shit in order and you put your paperwork in with the state will sanction you. And
the state will, but the city is still kind of not. It's still they're called pending. I've seen them even in our city.
Well, however, in unincorporated areas, that flies.
Just go to Long Beach.
Well, yeah. There are cities that allow, but what I'm saying is that it technically, with the way the state's ruling it out, they're telling the counties that they're going to issue permits whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
And that the counties can have these prohibition of marijuana laws on their books, but it really isn't going to. Like San Bernardino County has in any unincorporated area, they say right now you can't do anything commercial. They can't say anything about medical. And while you still can grow medical even after the end of there won't be a marketplace for it. That's like the no more dispensaries will be allowed to be medical. But you can still take your medical card and go to a dispensary and be relieved of tax if you're a medical patient, right?
As far as I know.
You can still they're not repealing 215. They're just amending it and making it so that all the new commercial business is compliant with the new law.
Yeah, I think they'll eventually chip away at 215 to the point where we'll just say, well, your medical, you can grow your 6 plants. It's like rack. They're going to limit that down.
I think they'll leave the medical limits higher because medical patients are going to legitimately be able to argue that they have higher needs than recreational patients, and maybe they need to make concentrates or they need to make it into RSO or something, and so they're going to need more product to run down because they're going to get less product overall.
Regardless of what we say, there will be a law, I'm sure, on it. Hopefully they'll leave. I'd say I think you're probably right. California's so broke, they probably won't fuck with laws because they just can't afford to. So they'll probably leave 215.
You can't sell it anywhere. You
Yeah.
can trade it and give it to your friends or whatever, but you can't take this back to the collective and sell it back to the collective like you used to be able to. Let them fucking pass the hat and whatever. I mean, if you can find your way, you find your way.
It was like swap meets, if you will.
Yeah.
In New York, people sell their used items and stuff to just.
It's time for Craigslist, man.
Yeah, just sessions.
Well, no, but something like that would be like online. People would love that.
How are they going to restrict concentrates, Jimmy? Like, in what way? What do you mean? I'm kind of curious about that because
we have restrictions on concentrates here, where they.
But when you say heavily, I'm assuming that they're gonna make that
solventless.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm wondering if it's like an only organic kind of stuff, like bubble hash and dry sift, and it'd be interesting to know more about that because I'm kind of in that train of thought a little bit. Is it worth even blasting material anymore? Or would it make more sense for people just to start going with rosin presses in general? Just because I've seen some stuff that people are making look just as good as any shatter I've smoked, but the refinement of it is so gnarly. That's what I thought was unique. Trying to get a gram of dry sift, let's say, compared to a gram of BHO shatter. I would say the shatter is much easier to make, and you can make it from less quality material than you would if you had if you were going to make dry sift, which you really need. Dry sift, you need good material to make. At least I would think. Most of the dry sift I've made is nice and gold, but it was made from nugs and stuff. Smaller, little larfier nugs. Stuff that was kind of on the bottom of the totem pole, but still frosty nonetheless. Oh damn! The Dibby is saying if you make concentrates, it could be a prison sentence. Uh-oh.
Let's make some concentrates and go to prison. This is that cookies.
Sorry, I was just kind of leaning over, getting all sexy with it. Oh, I'm scared. She got some dry ice.
We're just going to give it a little toss. I'm not going to get all
Out
crazy.
of it.
I'm not going to get all crazy.
It's a tiny thing comes out of it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've always had good luck with the dry sift. Looks like there might even be a couple of actual little nuggets in here, I see.
So the governor only wants the government only wants flour. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, I would agree to some extent. I mean, some of the concentrates are pretty gnarly. You see me smoke them, but I've been smoking for the better part of 15 years. And
But the concentrates, the edibles are what's deadly. Are they going to restrict edibles?
That's a good point. Edibles are pretty ruthless, dude.
Well made. I mean, a lot of people fuck them up, but the deal is a well-made edible will ruin you way worse than any fucking dab.
Well, I think like you're right, Doobie. I think no one knows what they really need or want because it's kind of the wild wild west a little bit. But you know, if you allow, I guess that's the other question is: are they going to allow?
One second. Set it right back down. I think you got enough there to roll, didn't you?
Oh my God, it's awful. It's like green.
We'll see. Got to be mainly trichomes. Taking a little pass. It's not good enough.
Like,
I mean, there's so few in there. If I find one, I'm like, oh, sweet. A couple. Not many. Also, shit like that. Was that last year's? Stuck in the Tripinator?
so gross.
Oh,
So gross.
God, I can't wait to work with our own material.
I know. It's so gross. I mean, it's not even worth working with. So gross. Ugh.
Let's see if we got enough there to roll a hash together.
Oh, no hash together. Oh, God.
You might be pleasantly surprised. Here, you can set it right on here.
I don't want to be pleasantly surprised.
I don't want to smoke it, Dad. Dad, I don't want to drink tequila.
No. Bro.
The government doesn't know what they want. The government is confused. All governments are confused until they see some source of income. That's where it changes. When the money starts rolling, then the government starts thinking about things. They're like, oh, wait a minute. This makes money. I mean, look at Colorado. They're pretty fucking lenient out there. You know why? Making money. Good for the economy. I mean, they don't have as much fucking military as they used to. And that used to be what Colorado was all about. Colorado's long been a heavily military-dependent state, you know? They took a lot of that away. They had to do something to get that fucking tax revenue up. Oh, what happened to Chet? Damn computer timed out again.
You go bye-bye?
No, just the chat time.
I can't believe you're going to smoke that. Bro.
Why is it gross?
It just is. Like, cause that stuff's disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
Out. Looks nasty. It was probably all outdoorsy with bugs and shit. Yeah.
Let's smoke some bird turds and spiderweb.
Yeah, exactly. No, thank you.
You ever smoke rattlesnake venom, man? That shit's fucking awesome.
So gross. You're gonna smoke that all by yourself. I ain't touching that shit.
So, in the town below where the little mountain redneck town that I live in is, the golden paradise of honkdom that is called Yucaipa. There was during World War II, there was a woman there who raised black widows for bomb sight. She would harvest the black widow's silk, and they would use the black widow silk with its supreme tensile strength and elasticity to make the bomb sights for freaking bombers in World War II. But Lefty's gone. He's somewhere else.
My left eye is no bueno when it comes to reading. I'm reading one of Cap's.
Yeah. Dude just wants to grow and not lose everything. Fucking A. That's the thing. Is the government going to friggin' allow previous medical growers to continue growing, you know, without, I mean, if you're not looking to like sell it and make a bunch of fucking money, I don't understand why the government should have any goddamn say in what you're doing with it. Personally.
Well, I don't think they really can for the most part outside of the amount. But you know, if you're like, hey, I grew the legal amount and did the legal amount. I decided one night to make concentrates for myself with it. That's going to be pretty difficult for them to even bring a case. But what's going to happen, though, is there's going to be a lot of people using that to skirt the law and say, well, I just made this 6 pounds of shatter for myself. You know, they're like, no.
Well, I mean, that's why California has pretty restrictive concentrate laws to the point where you're only supposed to have like 7 grams on you ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that because most of the clubs sell
walk
unlimited.
Walking around more than 7 grams is a misdemeanor.
Is it really?
Yep.
It's good to know. Well, it's a misdemeanor, but yeah, you probably fight that.
Oh yeah, and it's probably the deal is if you're medical, you they ain't gonna touch you.
That's probably true. I'm not sure why. If you really are a big cannabis smoker, like
the one nice thing about California is that it's fucking lawyer heavy.
Yeah. Well, and it's poor. The state's poor, even though it's got more money than just can't manage it the right way. But because of that, it's scared of lawsuits.
Yep.
Like you say, it's lawyer heavy, but they're all scared of law. Everybody is. Every city we live in is like scared shitless of lawsuits, which makes sense because lawyers bring big lawsuits.
Prentice's bet.
What's up, buddy?
He flipped his breaker.
What you mean on that one?
You don't even want to taste it? And now you're all depressed. I watched your mind go sideways.
What do you mean?
When the breaker thing. You're like, and you just like shook your head.
Oh, no. I'm not like that. I mean, yeah, the fucking lighting is impressive. Need to get better lighting. It's not the wiring really. It's just the lighting. I want to get LEDs so bad. It's so fucking. I like 80 max. I'm like douchey like that. I don't like it. I'm not used to these temps.
Yeah. When you were saying that about how like I felt bad, I felt like kind of. It felt personal. And I was like,
it's not wiring out.
No. When you were just saying I've never had like issue, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, but we've never tackled like this much shit either, and like
nothing's directed at anybody. It's me. I'm going, oh,
I
don't want to have to change again.
It's good though. It's I know. It's good to learn.
My thing is like instead of investing like $3,500 in CMH lighting, I should have invested like $3,500 in HLG lighting. It's been smart about it.
That only would have got you one room.
I can get 4 of them to cover an 8x8.
$700 something bucks a piece.
$800 a piece.
So that's $3,500.
Like I said, one room. I started thinking about it as I said it. Like,
yeah, damn it, he's right.
I was like, that might be a little more actually.
So this is the thing. While we walked, this is Girl Scout cookies hash joint that I just made out of dry sift on the show. Bugs and bird poop, like Doobie 2 says. I found this joint laying outside 7-Eleven.
I'm kind of a snob, sorry, but yeah,
Lefty won't smoke it.
We got this shit from somebody that they basically run huge light depths, and I'm pretty darn fucking sure there's all sorts of goof and crap on it. And he did a little run of it over a screen, and it was dark green. It wasn't golden or.
It's burning nice white ash though, and it's clean, tasty, not bad.
No, bueno. No me gusta. No está bien. Gracias.
I mean, it definitely tastes a little leafy. You can taste a little green. It didn't taste it.
Nope. I'm holding strong.
Lefty won't touch it.
Fuck no.
Bugs and bird poop. People don't give a shit. You know what lives in this beard?
Bugs and bird poop.
At a year old, I'm gonna build a little nest in here.
Are you even getting stoned? Are you even getting stoned from it? Why are you smoking it?
It's all right.
So gross. Whatever, stuff. So I can't wait to get some of that, some of those lowers together, and maybe just make a house mix. I wonder if we're gonna have enough to, I really want to put as much of that in the bags as possible. But we have, a lot of the all the trim and a lot of the little guys. We should just.
I would separate the two.
Great for sure. No, you're right. We have to.
I would.
It's like I think my bro wants a
5
sherbs. Yeah, he wants a sherbs.
Give that to your brother just because he got the seeds or whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be his. You can take a little slice off it or whatever, but that'll be his little fucking gimme that he, because you're like, what you expected, like a fucking pound of weed out of this?
I don't know. I think I think I got a little crazy one night, and we were just chatting, and he had sent me I'll buy some seeds, growing up. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't really think, because they were the only Fen seeds I had, so I kind of grew them, but now he's like, oh. Sorry. No.
Yeah.
He's sorry. All he's asked for is an ounce. Just give me an ounce. We'll get you more than an ounce.
An ounce and a fucking quarter of shatter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to give him a nice platter of shatter. I guarantee he wants that a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But the thing he's really curious about is taking it out. He's going on a camping trip, I think, Friday. I can probably get you some. We might be able to squeeze that in. Well, probably not.
We can go skin the bottoms off and do it.
Well, we're going to probably trimming Wednesday.
So we can skin the bottoms off, blast them Wednesday, and
saying.
turn it a couple of times and have it do them on a skin trip. Get happy camper. Flip, flop.
It's up. Telling Yoda maybe try to do a thing Thursday, but I know we're never going to make it. And I swear, one of those, like a status sesh or a sesh.
So when you want to go?
Thursday.
This Thursday?
That's what he was talking about. Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Where?
Now that I think about it. I have too many things to do.
What about Sundays?
Hey, he can't do Sundays. He's like got family stuff too. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Mondays? Oh.
I figured we'll slowly get it moved with this, with
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there.
You got to.
do be sending porno.
You got to take care of Ray though with that stuff from your lady.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I told him. I was like, I'll catch you today when I get.
Looks good though. Looks good. That's going to produce some nice trim too. You know what I mean? To do some fun blasting out of.
Yeah, that's it. I told him. I said, you know what? Because he's talking about wanting to make it up to you and this. I said, just fucking let him take all the fucking LARP fucking.
There's nothing to make it up to me. Just deal with your problems. I'll deal with my problems. You deal with your problems, and I think we'll all be happy. In other words, I think the problems we have right now are a little bit of side cash, a little bit of herb. As long as we have those side cash and herb, then all the problems will go away. I'm happy with that. I ain't even tripping, folks. I mean, because to be honest, what has it been like? $400 investment, all in, all that stuff there. It's not like it doesn't go away. We could use it, So my point is I'm happy to help. I think it's cool. Glad it's working. That is why we're
I think those tables can be worked with. It's just there's a few more things to take into account.
Oh, I think it's environment. You know what I mean? We had way too big a.
Well, no. I just mean the tables. Like the tables work. They're working great, better with cocoa kind of than they were in the. And there is a little bit of algae I noticed on one or two of those plants in the back corner there, where the reflectors are real good. There's a lot of side lighting because it's in that back corner and it's got all three walls, so the lowers get a little more.
Get some sort of a. I need to start getting that. What's it called again? I don't think it's the UC ribs or something similar to it. That's
pool shot.
I was going to say we should start running more pool shot. But the problem is we have to do it kind of off, like 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, so that we can
kills everything, dude.
Yeah, because I want to be able to do 1 week of killing it and then 1 week of nukes or 1 week of microbes.
You should just work it into we should work it into an IPM kind of deal where when they go to flower, they get that their first week and that's it.
What?
The shock.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Work it into an IPM where for week 1 they don't get microbes, they just get cool shock and newts. And then at the first water change, ditch the shock.
But we could also just get, like,
into a healthy environment and let
it's
them.
expensive, but it doesn't kill microbes. It says it on there. It's specially formulated to not kill microbes.
But it's made of the same stuff. How
Don't ask me. I mean, they probably have scientists that work on it. That's what they claim. That's why it's used. Look it up. Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's why I started using it. Listen, unless I did a late nighter and I'm just was super stoned.
I'm pretty sure UC Roots is just calcium hypochlorite.
XXX be killing it in the which
OMC
yeah,
triple
yeah,
X.
OMC, yeah. They're killing those old
The
bosses.
heat waves harder than power. Yeah, they're over there fucking like all getting murdered because everybody got their fucking shit cranked up to max. I mean, that's current culture.
We definitely got to get I can't wait to go back in the winter. I know you guys are probably like, no, but I hate heat. I love it when it's cold. I love it when it's cold. How is it?
11:37.
11:37. All right. We've been doing this for about an hour now. Are you still looking that up?
Well, I'm looking.
I think I have a bottle of it. Look on the bottle of it. No, I should be able to do that.
Hypochlorous acid.
But I think it's a special blend of theirs. In other words, they're going to tell you what's an active ingredient in it so that you know, but they're not going to tell you like their blend. I think the idea is they blend it a certain way so that it doesn't hurt. As far as I know, I could be wrong. Well, I thought I got it. Yeah, current culture makes it. It's their like HydroGuard, if you will. As we're sitting here reading stuff,
Yeah, it's fine. Dog is dreaming.
got dogs dreaming. People on their phone. We're using social media while using social media while
Yes.
using social media.
I'm reading up white papers. So, yeah, it's calcium hypochlorite that's been hydrolyzed. Hypochlorous acid.
What's hydrolyzed? Basically made it
It's dissolved in water.
dissolved in water. Okay.
Hypochlorous acid, HClO, is a weak acid that forms when chlorine dissolves in water and itself partially dissociates, forming chlorine. So it's the chlorine smell that
Yeah, I smell it too.
bleachy. It doesn't matter what kind of chlorine it's dissolved in the water, but
Okay.
it's chlorine dissolved in water, and the reason why it's specifically designed for plants is that it's not sodium hypochlorite, it's calcium hypochlorite. Because calcium hypochlorite, especially when it's dissolved, but it still will kill microbes, man. If it kills bacteria, it kills microbes. You can't say motherfuckers that are in there being like, "Oh no, this stuff's cool. It kills everything bad, but none of the good stuff." And I'm like, "No. If it kills the bad stuff, it kills everything."
I've been killing
Antibiotics are antibiotics.
for the last year,
So
probably.
if you want to use prophylactic antibiotics, then what you do is you, like I said, we work it into an IPM regime where that week one or right before, maybe even not before they just the last water in, make up like a special 5-gallon batch or whatever, and
I
just
wonder why you
do a
have
drench.
issues with it there, because we don't have issues right here outside of that table. I guess it's in there, but I
those
think
plants
followed
came
a
from
few in
that
there.
same run too. Wasn't
Sure.
there a couple
Yeah,
of
I
cleifas
think,
in there?
yeah, well, either that or it could have very well. Never mind. It could very well come from that. Let's see if it comes back next round. It's not like it's bothering you. I mean, it's very
However,
little. I don't even think
Doing
it's
something like that
insignificant.
would be a proactive root drench solution to make sure that you never got any like root aphids or anything else too. Just a one-off kill and then fill.
How's the humidity down there right now? Right. I think there's like a little. Do you see
right?
kind of the little the little design I'm trying to create? I'm trying to figure out a way, even though a lot of big growers don't like it, but try and design a way to do like rooms, 10 by 10 rooms, or if we get one size room, what I'm looking for is the sweet spot. 700, 800 ppf, 80 degrees, XYZ. I'm trying to figure out that. The only other thing I need to figure out is mass production, because I ain't going to be in that soil. Know it. I mean, this isn't going to be in cocoa. In other words, even guys like even Jungle Boys and the best of them are in. Well, I guess that's not true. There's a lot of guys that use cocoa still.
Why are you discounting cocoa off the top of your head?
Just because it's heavy. But I'm just going to stick with it.
If it's commercial, heavy's not an issue.
Sure. Let's get a couple extra workers.
No, you know what you do? You fucking donate that shit to a community garden.
No, I'm not saying about that.
You find some urban fucking community garden that, and be like, hey, you have this nutrient laden fucking cocoa.
No, just dump it in a truck and take it to the green waste. Fine, then you use that. They'll use that to just put all over the dump site. They'll love it. Fine, nice and recyclable. It'll go right back into the earth.
I want to actually take a couple of root balls and shake them out over that fucked up spot in the lawn, because I think it would help the hydration and brings it. I think the roots from that oak tree are stealing nutrients out of the ground right there. I don't know if you noticed, but there's roots growing up right in that one spot. Yeah. Oh, okay. The oak tree. We got the bangingest one on the block. There's a bunch of them, and like that one's like biggest one. Like it's huge, sturdiest. And it's because the little old lady lived here for freaking ever and ever and ever and ever. Always watered her. No, she always watered her. Everything.
Yeah, I know.
That little planter out there. So like everything got watered, and during all the years when this place was ghetto, and then came back when the university. Because remember, I told you about how the Air Force Base came in and then left, and it decimated this neighborhood was here when the Air Force Base was built, and then when it left, and then there was a gap between like the death of the Air Force Base and the building of Cal State San Bernardino. And so like there was this really shitty period where San Bernardino was really kind of the university came and kind of fixed things up.
What are you doing? No one starts applying to colleges anymore.
Another way to steal people's money.
I was going to say, because that's coming. They're going to be like, all right, now I'm $100,000 in debt and I still make $35,000 a year. And that was, what I mean? Like,
well, at least for the first 5 years.
Go to a technical school, people.
At least for the first 5 years or so. Like, you could get out of college and then end up with a $100,000 a year job.
It's funny because I even went to college, and if I didn't have my parents to help me, which they did a lot on that, but I ended up going outside of that. I ended up going back to a trade school and getting my medical billing and coding license. And I relied most of my life and most of my career on that. Like I made a side billing company.
Training, not the actual
nothing from USC, nothing at all. Like that was. I mean, I learned how to research and write papers and full degree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would rely on that if I didn't do this for an office job. Yeah. Well, not this for a living, but what I should be doing for a living right now.
You're going. It's almost noon.
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta drive all the way up to LA this evening at 5 o'clock.
Are you gonna go freaking window shopping on freaking dispo locations too?
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you out there
dispo,
but warehouse in Florida.
Yeah, warehouse.
Check out Instagrams of the rich in Californian. Go on at 420 Properties on Instagram and check out all the places they got for lease. It's fun. You like, oh God, really?
Oh, I could kill it there.
Dude, yeah. It's great to build sandcastles. You go on sandcastles. I love it. Just go there and be like, oh look, I would do this, and I could lay out X amount of lights, and I could do that, and build this out. Oh my God, it's even got a spot out front where you could like have an office. You know what I mean? Like, you get
so much, but there's a lot of money. I mean, when you start to, I'll tell you, it'll bring you back down to earth. I mean, you're going to have $30,000 in lighting. You're going to have probably $15,000 in AC, and you're going to have probably $4,000, $5,000 in startup AC costs, electricity and AC costs. And that's if you get it right the first time. So you have security, building, and renovations.
Now, remember we were talking about that bando block? Up where I'm at? That whole block that was all bandoed out.
Yeah.
And then, so, dude, what if you got one of those like $1,000 a month places? You pretended you were a regular business in the front, and you just had a couple of freaking lights in the back. You know what I mean? You could totally like make it there, and maybe even get a license because
I wouldn't risk it when there's places that will license you legitimately.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because you can go get a place like, and right now they, like you said, 420 properties. I'm looking at them that are, they're like 4,500 square feet subdivisible for $2.50 a square foot. I'm like, that's $5,000 a month to lease something like that. Problem is, I just don't know a lot of the
lawyers.
Yeah, eventually that's it.
Cannabis lawyers. I gotta go fucking take the bar so I can become a cannabis lawyer. So I can.
Well, I actually have a good friend that's a lawyer, and that wouldn't be a problem. But there's you want someone that's experienced in it anyway. To be honest with you, but I would need you for more like. You ever watch any of the? I know you probably don't, but Jungle Boys has one of their like main guys called Waxface. Well, he's like, from what I can tell, he's kind of the. I mean, I could be wrong, but he looks like I wonder if he was a plumber in real life because he does all of their like tables, plumbing, like all. I was looking to show you those big, like those big, 150 gallon reservoirs and all. He does all that, and as you'll see from like the website. Shout out to Waxface for hooking up the whole thing, and he's the Jungle Boys. I think he's either a brother or whatever. My point is he. There's going to be lighting and major electrical work. I didn't even have to call my electrical buddy out to come certify you doing it. Because he could tell you, he could like blueprint it for you, and then you could do all the work basically. And because he's a licensed electrician.
My light guy is also like electrical engineer.
Even better.
Cool. That's what he got. He's like, dude,
I may need you for plumbing and all that, and him for electrical. Maybe I'm sorry. One day, I want to come back so bad. He was a good friend of mine that moved to Arizona in the mine. He lives in a fucking mine in Arizona. He makes a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me that.
But he's always wanted to move back. But he's like, I don't know. I have such a
good life here.
He's like, I rule this place, and I'm like, oh fuck. I give him a house, like $90,000 a year, a house,
sailboat.
No, I think he'd love to move back in this area where his family is. The problem is it's all gotten so expensive.
What I'm saying, slip fees, yo. If you can find a good sailboat with transferable slip fees, I see them on Craigslist all the time. No, you can pick up like for the price of a fucking like nice used luxury car, 27 large, dude.
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
you pick up a fucking sailboat, you pay, $1,000 a month slip fees, and you live in fucking Dana Point. And then if you want to cruise out to the fucking island, Amanda would hate it.
Oh no,
she hates boats.
Damn it, Amanda.
Dude, I would totally fucking live on a sailboat.
Long Beach.
Little fucking 30-footer, dude, and fucking island cruiser.
Long Beach, damn it.
I would just fucking pull up anchors whenever I fucking had time off and just go to Frisco,
I think that's where we're headed. We're going to fucking start a band like Sublime. We're going to have a little grow shop and a distribution, and we're going to play the band on top of the building. You're like, really, dude? No,
dude.
You're like, that's actually pretty cool. You're like, I'll DJ. Yeah, the Beatles, exactly. Hold on. Yeah.
Risk your business?
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking around. But
I got the hair.
But no, I mean, just the area right now is it's just priced right, and we have business in the area, so it would make sense.
My grandfolks were charter members of the Oceanside Yacht Club.
Sweet.
I can get a slip there with family rates anytime.
Oceanside? Not Oceanside. Because it's close.
Because they built Oceanside Harbor. My grandparents built Oceanside Yacht Club. Oceanside Yacht Club. Have you ever been down there? The Oceanside?
No.
Ever been to Oceanside? You're not a San Diego?
Well, I've never really been down to anything. I've never really been down to Oceanside to like do anything. I've like driven by it many times. And
So you know
I'm
it's
familiar of Oceanside.
So you know it's right at the end of Camp Pendleton.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
Camp Pendleton.
yeah.
Pendleton goes from
Kind of which we were going.
Clemente to
Yeah.
Oceanside. You know, so like Oceanside's the southern tip of Camp Pendleton, and
yeah. I mean, I used to go to San Diego all the time. I lived in San Diego.
The deal is there was never a harbor there until Camp Pendleton came and built that fucking jetty at the end of Camp Pendleton. That is the end of the camp, and there's a big jetty that kind of blocks off the harbor, like an area, and they made a harbor. Prior to that, there was no Oceanside Harbor because it was an open harbor and would have been a shitty harbor because the waves would just come in and fucking knock the shit out of the boat. So like there was no spit around it.
Yeah,
and
it was like
so they built the jetty during World War II. It's like a post-World War II Army Corps of Engineers, one of those like, we're going to build the Oceanside jetty. It'll block off the end of here from like naval traffic, and we'll be able to swing our beach maneuvers down to the southern tip, and there's like a clear, we won't
That's
have
why
any
freeways were built, supposedly like our long freeways, because they were for planes that were flying back and long, people that needed, if there was an issue, they would land on these long freeways and runways that we had essentially across country. Like, that was pretty creative. Oh.
So my granddad, when he got out of the